Today is day 5 of the July Junk Journal Challenge, and the prompt today is tag. And I have a few ideas of how I'm going to include a tag, but first I just want to scribble with some watercolor pencils to add some color to the page. So I have a couple of tags that I've doodled on, and I also have a tag that came with some band merch, some CDs that I bought recently. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to use at least maybe one of the ones that I doodled on. Might use the one that I got with the CDs. We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to spray this with water. Just kind of move it around a bit. Okay, that's not working quite well. I didn't think it really would because of the type of paper. This isn't like watercolor paper or anything. But, I don't know, it's spreading out a little bit, so I'll continue spraying. I've decided I want to include this tag that I recently doodled, and I think I'm actually going to tear it here, like that. Maybe include that as like a tab on the page, and then this one. I think I want to tear closer around this shape. Maybe include that there. Ooh, yes, I like that. I do like the idea of having this as a tab, though it's gonna be kind of, it's okay. I think it's okay if it's plain on that side. So, but this is kind of wet, and I tend to have problems with glue actually sticking to wet paper. So I will let this dry, and then I will glue these on. Okay, so now it's dry, or at least dry enough. It does feel a little tiny bit damp still, but it's at least not completely soaked. So, should be ready for me to glue these tag pieces down. I'm just using the Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. Pressing it down a little bit. That might not stick down as much as I want it to because of the curve of the page there. Try. Okay, I think it'll be good. I'll be fine. This might be the kind of situation where I might want to like stitch that part there, but I've already created on the other side of this. So I don't really want to sew through it. If I did that, it would, yeah, would be through a leaf on the other page that I drew on the other page. So, oh, I don't need to put that much more on. So now it's got kind of like this tab, which I accidentally put glue on the part of it that would be exposed, which I don't think you can see that very well. There we are. So there's the top of the tag I used to make like a little tab, and then the bottom of the tag I just glued down here. And now I'm going to draw a really big shape covering most of this cage using this very large, it's a PC17K black Posca pen. So I want to keep some of the scribbly watercolor pencil exposed. But I'm going to cover most of it with this. Now, since I'm using a giant marker here, I don't have to go back and forth so much in order to get a good coverage. Which I like. I don't have a lot of Posca pens in this size because I don't really do this sort of thing that much with them. Usually in this case I would just take acrylic paint and paint the area, but I felt like using the Posca pens for some reason. Whoop! Sorry, knocked into my tripod with my marker. Now I've noticed a few little white spots here and there, so I'm just kind of trying to get those covered up by kind of pouncing the area. My goodness. Okay, I think that's good. So now I'm going to let this dry, and then I will be doing some journaling on top of that area. Okay, so off camera, I just did some writing, scribble writing on that black area there with a white Posca pen. And now I'm taking a purple Posca pen, and I'm going to doodle some bumps here and here. I pumped it too much, but that's okay. And I'm just going to start with one layer, because I think that's going to be enough. Originally I was thinking I might do like a pyramid there, but I drew these bigger than I thought I was going to. But we'll see what it looks like after I add this side. Okay, let's see. No, I think I will add a few more here because it's feeling a little too balanced to me. So I'll add probably 2 there. And I don't really have much room for another. I think that's better. Alrighty, and then I think the next thing I'll do, yeah, because I want to cover up this part here, because it looks a little weird to me now. I think I'm gonna put like a drop or two of paint here and scrape it down like that, and we'll see what happens. Thinking I'll do pink paint, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm using light pink from the Liquitex Basics Fluid Acrylics. I actually really like these acrylics. These are probably, once I finally cull down my acrylic paint selection and start making my own acrylic paints, the Fluid Liquitex acrylics might be one of the only ones I buy new. I'll probably try not to, though. But, you know, I've seen a lot of really good colors. Like, I'd probably only get it if I didn't know how to recreate the color myself, I think. They also have, like, a nice smell. I don't know how to describe it. Okay. So, that was a bit more paint than I originally planned on, but I like it. Now the question is, do I want to add more? So I'm kind of thinking over here might benefit from some of that. Why not? So now I'm gonna let this dry again, and I'm thinking of just kind of repeating a letter on these pink areas. I think the letter T for tag. Why not? And I'll probably use a black Posca pen or a Sharpie. I think a Posca pen would work better. So we'll do that once it's dry. Alright, so I am gonna use this black Sharpie. It's pretty, it's starting to dry out a bit, but, I don't mind that, because I'm just doing this for texture. So I'm just adding T for tech. Actually, if I do it like that, it looks kind of like plus signs. So I'll just do that, because that looks a bit more patterny. Yeah, see, like right there, that looks pretty dry, but I don't mind that. I think it looks interesting. So I'm just doing this in the pink areas just to kind of break up those pink blocks just a little bit. I'm stepping back just a little. See if I added enough. I think that's good. I think, I'm looking at this page, I think I like this how it is. I think this is good. I did follow the prompt technically. There's the tag. this so you can see the top. So it's hanging out like a tab kind of sort of deal. But yeah, this was a lot more fun. After the last prompt, I did really need something a bit more free and abstract like this. So, yeah, so that's it for today. Yeah, I will be posting, I will still be continuing this challenge. So, like and subscribe if you would like to see the next videos for the July Junk Journal Challenge that I've been following. And yeah.